So we're back at Ponds Forge for the second part of the first session, and we resume with the 50 freestyle for men, and we will bring you in total 9 heats. Thomas Crowe of South Axholme, Joshua Royal of Durham City, Henry Howarth of Grimsby, Declan Neal of Stocksbridge, Makili Iqbal of Stocksbridge, and Benjamin Wilkinson are the swimmers in for this one. Splash and dash, the quickest, of course, of the events of the week. And lane 3, Joshua Royal of Durham City, the 14-year-old with 26.76, looking pretty good to maybe go and win this one, and he will. .26.17 for our Victor. So over half a second PB for the 14-year-old from Durham City. Heat number 2, Hocklington 2 from Newcastle, Beverley Barracuda, City of Sunderland, Chapeltown, Wakefield, North Tyneside, Chapeltown and Driffield all have representatives in the quick 50 freestyle for men. Great start on the far side from the Driffield swimmer Nathan Cuthbert in lane 9. Now if he can back it up with a turn the match, he's looking pretty good up there in the boonies, nearest the crowd. Lane 4 going well too, Kenneth Juan. Can Cuthbert get there? He can. 26.17. All that coming off the start. Really terrific start for the winner, Nathan Cuthbert, who takes over half a second off his previous best, exactly the same time as the opening heat, 26.17. And a big smile. And maybe a bit of pain. We can go for heat number 3. Bradford, Darlington, Chapeltown. No one from Darlington, 2 from Barnsley. In fact, 2 more from Darlington. Big Darlington fest here. Stocksbridge and City of Bradford. All the swimmers in the centre lanes, around about 26.4. The best times. We actually do have a scratch in 6. No Alfie Elliott, but everybody else in the mix. And coming out positively off that turn, lane number 7, Thomas Mann of North Tyneside, who's looking particularly good here. If he can just finish this off, it'll be a win for lane 7, or could it be 0? Very tight between the two of them, and it is just Louis Dove who gets there before anybody else. So that's quite correct. It is Louis Dove, yes, in 0. 26.02 the time, so quickest so far. And out there in the outside lane was John Luke Hutchison, who finished in 26.06. 26.25 actually. It was Harvey Mathias who got second place. Winning time so far, 26.01, Louis Dove. Ooh, bit of a flyer from lane 9. Rowan Smith went in port 4.3. Now, that should be legal. Just about, but he was right on the cusp, and he's giving himself a good chance here. Rowan Smith really went incredibly quickly off that start. Now, can he back it up? Can he go all the way through? I think it's probably going to be lane 3. Looks like Isaac Ripley gets there, 25.69. Just to keep an eye on Rowan Smith in third place, 26-12, whether that will actually count, because I think he got a bit of a fly, but just about on the cusp of being legal. No, DQ'd. DQ'd. He did get a flyer and gets disqualified for it. Heat 5. This is in the field with two sub-26 swimmers, short course here. Alex Williams of Tadcaster and Newcastle's Sam Howell. But as we've always seen, the winners could come from anywhere. We've seen a winner from 9, a winner from 0, and could get a winner maybe potentially from 1 or 2 here, because they're at the front of the field with 25 to go. That's Matthew Lowry and David Barnett of Durham City, and David Barnett in 2 could be our winner here, will be our winner here in lane 2, 25.61. So down into the 25s he goes, from being a 26.03 swimmer before today. Heat 6. Again, a lot of the swimmers with very similar times. You might imagine a 50 freestyle, that is the case. 25.43 for Niall Smith, 25.55 Blaine Underwood, 25.6 Oliver Lill. But brilliant start, lane 4, Niall Smith of Harrogate. He's got about half a body length on the rest of the field at this stage, and he's powering away. This is all about Niall Smith against the clock. 25.43, his best time before today. This time round is on the 25s. 25.02 for the 16-year-old from Harrogate. Second place going to Oliver Lill, 25.5 for him, so that's an improvement. And Nathan Billingham, 25.6 in third. Heat 7, Alistair Crawford, the oldest man in the competition this weekend, 35 years of age, still got the speed. Look at this. Going to show those young pups how to do it in lane number 4. 22.5 he's done. That's a world-class time, and nobody's going to get close to him. Absolutely nobody's going to get close to him. 22.5, how close are you going to be to it here? 22, just slipping out into the 23s. 23.02 for the East Leeds swimmer. Second place to Thomas English, 24.06, and Ned Sharp, 24.33. 23.02. Wait till he gets to the final. Could well go sub 23. Out of the East Leeds paceman coming. Sam Lawman up against Cameron Brooks-Clark and Thomas Carswell. They've both been sub 23. Well, they would be, but they're Cameron Brooks-Clark, so it's all going to concentrate on whether Thomas Carswell in 5 can do it. Thomas Carswell is absolutely flying once again, as he has done in pretty much all of his events this weekend, whether they were longer or shorter. He's cracking on with his 50 now. He'll be around about 23 to maybe 23 high. 23.33 is what he stops the clock at. 23.33 for the 19-year-old from Tadcaster. Samuel Lawman second, Ethan Brown in third. Last heat of the 50 freestyle. Fastest time so far, Alistair Crawford, 23.03. Ryan Flanagan from the same team, same club, coming up next. Joseph Sadio, also a sub-23er. Eugene Brooks-Clark, I think, is with us, is he not? No, he's not with us either. So the Brooks-Clark boys not participating in the 50 free. So it'll be down to the East Leeds swimmers to see whether they can emulate their teammate Alistair Crawford. You know it's going to be a quick start. You know it's going to be a very quick into the swim. especially for Ryan Flanagan in lane number 4. Flanagan up against his teammate Joseph Sadio to his right. Flanagan has got the better of it, and they will hurtle down the pool looking for a sub 24 swim, sub 23, 22.54. 22.54 for Ryan Flanagan. Really, really quick. Joseph Sadio 23.23. So fastest time in the 50 freestyle, going to the 25-year-old from East Leeds. 200 breaststroke for women. First of 8 heats of the 200 breast. Charlotte Clark for Leeds in 1. 2 is Holly Pickering of Harrogate. 3 is Amelia Pinder of Kingston upon Hull. Ella Hall of Chestnut Street in lane 4. 5 is Ruby Barker of Doxter Darts. 6, Amelia Hindman of Borough Stockton, and Neve Locke of Borough Kirklees in lane 7. Only one of these swimmers has yet to break the 3-minute barrier. Charlotte Clark is that one. She's on course to breaking that. 3:00.15 her entry time. Everybody else 2:59s. So it goes 2:58 with Ella Hall and Ruby Barker. Ella Hall for Chestnut Street, 15 years of age. 2:58.60, her best time. Well, she'll be hoping, she probably doesn't get a chance to do this event very often short course, and she can knock a few seconds off it maybe. Being tracked a couple of lanes up by Amelia Hindman. And it is Ella Hall at the halfway stage, who will lead by 0.44 from Hindman. Pickering in 3rd place, that's Holly Pickering. Let's see how the second half of this race unfolds. Just seeing if anybody just behind the front back is making a move. Holly Pickering certainly is in that mix. And kind of wait to see what Ruby Barker has for Doxter Darts. She's just behind the front 2 and starting to work her way through. Looking quite threatening on the potential leaders here. The 50 to go when they turn this time. Amelia Hindman, Ella Hall and Ruby Barker. But Barker might just have just kept this right to the end. But now not making quite the inroads she was on our leading 2. Ella Hall. The question was going to be Ella Hall or Amelia Hindman who's going to go on to win this now. Last 25. Hindman seems to have the slightly better turn as they come out into the turn, into the actual swimming. Hindman has got the better of the exchange between these two, and it'll be Amelia Hindman now. 2:59.41 is her best. She'll be well inside that. This is going to be a cracking new personal best for her. 2:54.87. I think 1, 2, 3 and 4 I think we've all done new personal bests. Yep, have. Top 4 all with faster times, but they are the only ones who've managed to get under the 3-minute barrier. So heat number 2 of the 200 breaststroke for women. Maisie Helsby of Chapeltown, Freya Overston for Richmond Dale, Abby Harris of Kingston upon Hull, Freya Charlesworth of Borough of Kirklees, Amelia Osborne, Rotherham Metro, North Tyneside, Sophie Dodd, Martha Everett of City of Leeds, Eleanor Harvey of Billingham, Lucy Hatfield of Stocksbridge, and Charlotte Kenneth of Skipton. Whole range of 256s here. Amelia Osborne 256.06. Sophie Dodd with a 256.34. Freya Charlesworth 256.37. So all very much similar ballpark time-wise in the 200 breast. This was making the most advanced showing so far. Lane 4. Amelia Osborne of Rotherham, 14 years of age in the Metro Club. And the skills being well and truly honed by the Metro coaching team. We've got some good young talent coming through, as we're seeing here from Osborne. Most of the swimmers in this field 14 or 16 or 15, or in Lucy Hatfield's case from Stocksbridge 18, but most of them similar kind of age group or age range. Osborne with a 1.27 advantage there. Doesn't look to be quite that as she came off the wall though, with Freya Charlesworth just edging towards her on the front, the far side of the pool from where we sit in lanes 8 and 9. Certainly some advancement being made by Lucy Hatfield of Stocksbridge and by Charlotte Kenneth of Skipton, but our leader, still our leader, and emphatically our leader too as well. Last 50 for swimmer in lane 4. Not showing on your splits there, but Amelia Osborne of Rotherham Metro is a very clear leader here. And even though they are making some inroads into that lead, it's very marginal and pretty negligible, I think, in terms of how it's going to turn out. So Amelia Osborne of Rotherham Metro just needs to bring it home now and try and bring it home in a time that will please her and her coach. 256.06 prior to today. It is going to be a long way inside 256.06, that I can tell you. She's going to break 250. How far inside 250 will she be? 248.79, that's how far inside. It's an enormous leap down in time. 248.79 compared to a 256.06. Second is Charlotte Kenneth. She's won it by about 3 seconds in the end. Third is Lucy Hatfield, and fourth Martha Everett. But just to repeat that back for the Osborne clan, 248.79 for Amelia. And a beautifully paced race that. E3, Amelia Rhodes of Middlesbrough, Grace James of Rotherham Metro. Weir Valley's Jessica Morn, Louise Emma Williams, already a winner of a heat today from Middlesbrough in 3. Ava Garcia of Harrogate, Emma Simpson of Durham City, Abigail Heald of City of Leeds, Susanna Radatz of Sheffield City, and Sophia Quinnell of York City. They are the swimmers involved in this heat number 3 of the 200 breast. 50 on, and Jessica Moore of Weir Valley, 14-year-old. So again, looking to try and get those times down a bit. We just saw a 6.5 second PB. In fact, it was a 7.5 second PB by Amelia Osborne in the previous one. And I'm sure that our current leader in lane 2, Jessica Moore, would love to get that 254 down to below 250 if she can today. Pressure starting to arrive from Harrogate's Ava Garcia in 4. This would be the halfway stage of the 200 breast in heat number 3. Gap is about a second between our leader and second place, but Just got the feeling that Eva Garcia's got a little bit left in the tank. She needs to find it. As Jessica Morn got a little bit more. Well, she's responding very well. Every time I think the 16-year-old from Harrogate might get a bit closer to her. She isn't yet. Jessica Morn, 14 years of age. One of 5 swimmers 14 in this field. But just watching Eva Garcia, just putting a bit of a spurt in here. Lead won't be huge, it'll be still sizable. A couple of seconds, but Garcia keeps looking to me like she wants to make a move and isn't able quite to respond the way she'd like to Jessica Morn, who has been in control of this race pretty much all the way through it. Again, pretty much like we saw from Amelia Osborne in the previous race. Well, a youngster here really is taking this race by the scruff of the neck. Now, this is the last 25. She is not going to get caught despite how hard Eva Garcia is working. This will be a win for Jessica Morn. Getting under 250 will be key. She'll do that. 2:48.74 for our winner. So again, around about 5.5 second PB. Short course for her. Second place going to Eva Garcia. Third to Louise Emma Williams. Heat 4 about to commence. To the best stroke for women. Megan Taylor of Scunthorpe, Charlotte Lee of Skipton, Leonie Jones of Borough of Stockton, Katie Turner of Rotherham Metro, Jessie Finley, City of Sheffield, Martha Hurst of Borough of Kirklees, Anne of Kenneckay of Gateshead and Wickham, Neem Carroll of City of Leeds, Barnsley represented by Ella Minogue, and Hannah Wright of Chestnut Street. That's the full contingent. We have all 10 swimmers in. And the one who's making the best headway is NF Kenneckay of Gateshead and Wickham. 36.56 of the 50 split. Over a second and a half clear at this stage of Leonie Jones. She really is giving this good attempt here, really making sure that she's got the upper hand on everybody else in this field and trying to keep it going for as long as she can with that kind of advantage. Approaching halfway, and nobody's really getting particularly close to her at this stage. Leonie Jones is trying for Borough of Stockton. On the far side, Ella Minogue and Hannah Wright having their own little battle, now being joined by Neem Carroll, but Kelly 1:18.88, 3.25 seconds clear of the nearest challenger, Anna Wright, who's a long way back at this stage. It's a very hard way to swim it, but a very rewarding and satisfying way if you come out on top. You basically don't see any of your adversaries all the way through. You just make it so difficult for them, setting a pace that they can't keep up with. And okay, so the Wycombe 14-year-old is looking rather superb at the moment. Looking like she's fully on top of her game. That lead extending still further up to 4.32 seconds over Leonie Jones. If there's any doubt whatsoever that she's going to win it, and she's going to win it in a big new personal best. I'm looking at the clock. She's coming up to 2:22 when she turns, 2:23 when she turns. She is going to knock spots off that 2:52.20. This is going to be one of the biggest PBs of the weekend, because she's going to be in the 240s, not in the 250s, and I reckon she's going to knock somewhere in the region of about 7 or 8 seconds off it, probably. 2:42.02 for our winner. Wasn't quite as big at the end, the margin, but still good 5+ seconds. She's taken off her previous best. Second place going to Leonie Jones. Third is Ella Minot, came with a good finish, 2:50.30 for her. And that is a couple of seconds better than she's been before. Heat 5. And quick glance across, see whether anybody is withdrawn. They haven't, so I can give you the full list. Amelia Jones, Borough of Kirklees. Borough of Stockton's Lauren Lacey in 1. 2 is Aine Hughes, City of Sheffield. Catherine Bell, Tynemouth in 3. 4 is Stephanie Wellings of Harrogate. Newcastle's Alexa Ball in 5. Georgia Robertson of City of Sheffield in 6. 7 is Jennifer Law of Harrogate. Megan Cairns of Middlesbrough in 8. And Erin Wilkes of New Earswick in lane 9. First 50 done. Our leader at the stage is Aine Hughes of City of Sheffield. She's got a 2:50 entry time. 2:49s from Bell, Wellings, Ball and Robertson. But it's a very tightly packed in terms of entry time heat, this. And that's kind of being shown by the front 2. Catherine Bell coming into the first position, just coming past Aine Hughes at this stage. Bell, 14-year-old from Tynemouth, and Aine Hughes, 14-year-old from City of Sheffield. Now the gap is, well, not on your screen, but I can tell you it's somewhere around 0.6 of a second between 1 and 2. Catherine Bell, now the nearest challenger potentially very soon could be coming from lane number 6 from Georgia Robertson of City of Sheffield. So, well, she's seen off one Sheffield competitor. She may not have seen off the other one. Georgia Robertson with a 2:49.6 is really coming through very strongly. Second half of this race really got going from kind of 100 meters on. She may well be not the leader, but second place, 0.45 back in second. And all the momentum, well, I was about to say goes with Robertson, but Alexa Ball of Newcastle, last 50 has come flying through. Now the winner is going to come from 1 of 3, and I really wouldn't want to select that person at this stage, because there's 3 coming off that last 25 meters together. Now, could it be Alexa Ball, Georgia Robertson, or will it be Catherine Bell? I'm tending to think that maybe Alexa Ball of Newcastle's got the momentum and the impetus here. I'm going Ball. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 2:47.24. Round winner was mighty close. 3 of them within a second. But Alexa Ball just had enough when needed right at the end to finish things off. 2:47.24 will give her a 2-second PB. All 10 swimmers in for heat number 6 of the 200 breaststroke for women. We're into the cyclically seeded heats now. Zoe Price of Gateshead and Wickham, Chloe Simpson of Scunthorpe, Penny Hobson of Borough of Kirklees, Emily Robson of York City, Kiddiest Hodgson of City of Leeds, Sienna Robinson of Sheffield, Amy Corcoran of Kingston upon Hull, Doncaster Darts, Hannah Newnham, Laura Gray of Loftus Dolphins, and Izzy Fear of Durham City. Rank 5, Sienna Robinson, very good first 50 from her, 36.21. Price going into the wall, same time as her though in 0. But when they get into the next 25, absolutely no doubting that lane 5 has taken over this race and has got not a stranglehold over it yet, but certainly has control over it at this stage. Sienna Robinson, the 14-year-old from Sheffield, 2:36.69 her best. Well, she's aiming for something considerably faster than that. Halfway stage, 1:14.73. It's going to be there or thereabouts with her PB, which keeps going at this kind of tempo. This is about 5 behind her now in the line. Certainly 4 are very close by, but not close enough to make a charge yet on our leader. We will have a good 2 to 3 body lengths advantage when they turn. And the likes of Emily Robson, Kiddies Hodgson, on the other side Amy Corcoran and Hannah Newnham, but quite a long way away now is Sienna Robinson. That lead is increasing several times over. 2.99 last 50, and she will seem to have all this under control. 5 of them chasing her down, but they are not in a position to pounce yet. I'm not going to get close enough to be able to do that with 25 to go. Sienna Robinson's 2:36 will be dispatched very shortly. She'll be well inside that. Trying to drag a few more along to quick times, but that 2:36.69 should be on its way. It's going to be a bit tighter than I thought. She may just miss out, actually. Yeah, she's just trickled into the 2:38s. I thought she might be a little bit closer than that to her best time, but 2:38.46 is where the clock stops. Second place to Hannah Newnham. Third, Penny Hobson, and fourth is Kiddiest Hodgson. I don't think too many people got inside their PBs there. Quick check on Corcoran. No, she's outside. Pretty much everybody outside their best. On to the penultimate heat of the 200 breaststroke for women. And they've had very few absentees, and we don't have any in this one either. Katie Stobbs of Tynemouth, Sienna Ho Shing. How many swims has she had this weekend from City of Leeds? Sarah Williams, Borough of Stockton. Martha Bradley, again, multi-event swimmer for Leeds, goes in 3. 4, Abigail Miles, likewise for Sheffield. 5, Avril Bowler, Borough of Kirklees. Ella Bainbridge, Doncaster Darts. Morpeth's Neem Atchison. Georgia Hadley of Richmond Dale and Doncaster Darts. Maurice Garbett, first 50 done. Miles sitting in the tempo and a second clear of everybody else. She's got some more racing to do later on in the finals, but she wants to make the final of this one, and she is on course. First 50 very smooth, this one looking likewise. Second place is Seren Williams at this stage. But it's a lovely rhythmical stroke from Abigail Miles, 15-year-old from City of Sheffield, entered in on a 2:32.08. So in effect, she should be about 4 seconds or more quicker than anybody else in this field. We'll see whether that is actually replicated by this race. It's looking a little bit like it might be. Into Seren Williams, though, has maybe other ideas from Borough of Stockton. Yeah, the only two are really in the frame to potentially win it. I think we've probably already identified our winner. Abigail Miles is going to take a lot of catching. There isn't a lot of time in which to catch her. Abigail Miles has another 50 to go when she turns this time, and the lead is still substantial over the rest of the field. She catches what they call a running a crab at this stage. Hard to believe that they was going to get particularly close to her, however hard they might be trying. And you can see that Seren Williams of Borough Stockton is trying very hard, but not making any appreciable imprint on our leader, who only has 25 to go now. A few swimmers have missed out on PBs today by quite a way. She won't want to be doing that. 2:32, well, she is going to, because 2:32 is going to come and go right now. Obviously, saving a little bit in the tank for later. Very comfortable, though, for our winner. Abigail Miles, 2:37.42 is the time for her. Second place to Seren Williams, third Ella Bainbridge, and fourth to Martha Bradley. Final heat of the 200 breaststroke for women. Maya Hall, the only sub 2:30 short course swimmer in this field, goes in lane number 4. The others are Emily Hurst of the Borough of Kirklees, Eve Linton Grimsby in 1, 2 Rebecca Dunn, City of Bradford, then 2 from Stockton, 3 Maya Hall, Faye McDonough, Paige Benson of Skipton, Middlesbrough's Rebecca Keatley, Abigail Jackson of Rotherham Metro, Millie Elliker of Loftus Dolphins, and in the outside lane, representing Borough of Barnsley, it is Georgia Lee. Well, we'll be immensely surprised if Maya Hall doesn't win this one, because her time is something like 6 seconds quicker than anybody else on paper. 2:35 for Paige Fenton, 2:37 for the likes of Faye McDonough, 2:29.67 the entry time for Maya Hall, and 100. She's looking like she's pretty much in control of things here. 12:34. How big's the lead? 3.56 over Paige Fenton. McDonough's about a second and a half back. Then Jackson. Well, there should be. It's starting to develop as if it will be. Maya Hall up against the clock. 2:29 might be a little bit too speedy for a heat swim. Well, she said doesn't need to really overexert. But interesting to see what she can do, the 17-year-old from Borough of Stockton, later, when she's put to the test in the final. We'll turn the breast later on. It was up to 4:07 now. I don't think there's any real consideration needed to be given that she's not going to go on to win this. Just to see what she does over the last 50, where she just eases back a bit. We'll feel that the job is well and truly done. And that lead is enormous. It's extending all the time. Keep thinking that somebody might put some pressure on it, but they're way too far back to do that. In fact, we might have a situation again with our computer where we can't actually give you the gap at the end. It's so big, 2:29.96. So just a smidgen outside her best. Paige Fenton second. Third is Faye Madonna, and fourth, Abigail Jackson. Paige Fenton 2:37 for her. That's just a little bit slower than she has been before. Right, from Splash and Dash a few moments ago to the longest event of the weekend, the men's 1500 meters freestyle. We'll talk you all the way through this. We do have an absentee. I will give you the lineup so you can follow it with us. We have lost William Hannant. He's decided not to do this, but everybody else in the lineup is as follows. Luke Robinson of Guesborough in 0. 1 is Jack Livingston of Morpeth. Daniel Mensah of City of Wakefield in 2. 3 is Dariush Kodakar of City of Leeds. Harrison Lee, City of Wakefield 4. 5, James Hodgson of Newcastle. Benjamin Rogers of Borough of Stockton is in 6. 8, Lucas Waligora of York City. And in 9, Toma Sahar of Middlesbrough. What we'll do, try and give some idea of their splits. First 100 split coming, which for Daniel Mensah is 1:03.87, so he'll be pacing around about a 64, it seems, or maybe that's just the opening burst. We'll get down to maybe more 65, perhaps, as things go on. Jack Livingston for Morpeth is moving through in lane 1. Morpeth, who was just behind at the 100 stage, now moving on the second 100 to take over the lead. 54 more lengths to go. Rogers second, 2 seconds back, followed by Lucas Waligora. First 100 was a pace of 63.87. Let's see what second one has for Jack Livingston, who's taken over the front of the race. That's going to be considerably slower than that. It's going to be a 1:08.5. What's going to be? So 68.5 for the second 100. In terms of times, Jack Livingston has not broken 18 minutes yet, so it'll be a good chance for him to do that. Nor has Luke Robinson, nor has Lucas Waligora or Thomas Sahar. There's a few in the sense like Harrison Lee who have been lowered down time-wise, 17.50, but at the moment it's now a slightly higher entry time who is leading the way by quite some way too. It's a long, long way to go. It will be when they turn to the other end, another 48 laps to go. But he's making the early inroads. It was 2:14, I think, was it last time when we were looking at the times. Let's speed it up a bit now. 3:21. What has it? Not really. It was coming off for about a 1:10. And plenty of clear water between our leader and the rest, but remember it's very, very early stages yet. So only 3:50. Not even a quarter of the race done yet. Livingston's lead, though, somewhere in the region of 15 metres. Probably about 10 now. 6.74 seconds between our leader and second place. Next time he goes down the far end, it'll be 4:50, and then 2 more lengths competed. It'll be the third of the way stage. 22 to go for our leader, who has got a substantial advantage. It was 6 seconds, it's up to 7.6 now. Jack Livingstone, the 14-year-old from Morpeth, 18:02.50 his previous best short course time. Again, won't be an event he'll get to do very often, short course, so these opportunities don't come very often. Take the most of it while you can. So, still doing about 1:10 pace. And that gap between himself and the rest is extended by about 1.5 seconds. It was 6.74, 8.27 now, the third of the way done stage. Which means there's another 1,000 meters to go, so there's still lots of time for this race to change complexion, but after that first 100, Jack Livingstone has taken this race by the scruff of the neck, so right, I'm going to dominate this, I'm going to dictate what everybody else does in this, and that's exactly what he is doing right now. Next time back will be 600. So they're still pacing at about 1:10. Yeah, almost spot on. 1:10. Lead up to about 10 seconds out. No, still around about the same. Different second placed swimmer now though, who is Dariush Kodakar of lead. So he's the one who's now trying to make some inroads with the yellow cap up in lane number 3. You might find this lead being trimmed a little bit now rather than extended as it was before. And visibly it's still probably around about 12 meters between the two of them, but he is catching him. Definitely is catching him now, Dariush Kodakar. The lead will not be, I don't think, as big when they come back down this end as it has been at 700. So we're still repping 1:10, should be around about 7:59 when he turns this time. And just stepping out into the 8s. That was a little bit slower from him. I think the gap may be a little bit less. Not actually, yes it is, yes it is. 7.82. It's another third of a second being taken out of that lead by Kodakar. He's going to have to improve on that a little bit. But he's the most likely and most obvious threat to our long-time leader here. He's just reached the halfway stage at 7:50. Well, leader back to second is still about 20 meters. This will be 800 meters. He comes in, but I actually think he's getting slower now. Let's see. So that was another 70-second 100 meters, another 70-second 100. Gap is 8.35, so it's not diminishing, it's not reducing. The taxis of Jack Livingstone working very, very well, and whereas he was just eating into that lead piece by piece, Dariush Kodakar is not able to maintain that. Next time it will be 900 when he comes back far end. Wrapping it, I feel around about 70 seconds per 100 right now. Yeah, visibly, is the lead getting smaller? And spot on the 110. .110 for the last 100. And that lead extending up to 10 seconds, as big as it's been throughout the course of this race. Nobody's eating into that advantage. He's increasing and extending it still further. 2/3 of the way will be gone when he comes back down the far end next time. Best time for Livingston, 18:02.50, so looking for a massive improvement here. Don't know how many times he will have done short course 1500 though. 18:02.50 for the 14-year-old. Will certainly be down into the 17s. It's a question of how much into the 17s is going to go. This will be 1,000 meters to go for our leader, a long-time leader, Jack Livingston. That's another 110. It's metronomic the way he's been doing these 100s. Lead extended by another quarter of a second from the last 100 split we gave you. 500 to go. They'll be really behind our leader, who has actually managed to lap Daniel Mensah in lane 2. Jack Livingston. Nobody's getting particularly close to Kodakar. No, certainly nobody's getting anywhere near our leader. Time we should be looking for, if he's evenly splitting as he has been for the most part here, will be 12 minutes and 40. He turns. .39.87, so a little bit quicker on that 100, marginally by a few tenths of a second. Gap up to 12.34. Has been a procession all the way from 100 meters onwards. And 400 is all that remains. I'm astonished that he's got such a slow time, entry time, 18:02.50. Well, you already know that's going to be obliterated today. The question is by how much. Walligora in third place, so he's only 3 seconds behind Kodakar now. Could be putting a little bit of pressure on for second place. Our winner has 12 more lengths to go. 300 meters to go. 14:49, so yeah, back to the 110s again. And that lead is 14.15 now. Going up from where it was when Kodakar was just starting to make some inroads, 7.82. Virtually doubled that lead with Kodakar in second place. is on his way back to start his last 200. Should be around about 14.50 as he turns. 14.59 rather, sorry. For another 110. 14.59 it is. So a couple of 110s onto 15 minutes gives us 17.20. 17.20 compared to 18.02. So he is potentially here looking at a 40-second PB, I reckon. Should be aiming for something like 17.20 now. Could go a little bit quicker, could be 17.15, but certainly I reckon the target time for our leader, Jack Livingston's probably about 17 minutes and 20. .150 to go. So 100 to go. Yeah, 17.20 definitely on the cards. 17.20 and better maybe. Maybe 17.15. Well, I think the minimum he's going to expect now is a 40-second PB, short course. And if he can just find a little bit extra in that last 50 coming up, 17.15, but target time's got to be, I think, around about 17.20. It's the whistles to signify the last 100 for most of the others, but our leader, our winner, on his way back. Last 2 lengths to come. I was saying 17.20, wasn't I? I think that's going to be roughly where he is at the end. Be absolutely delighted to, first of all, go sub-18 for the first time. He might get a little bit inside 17.20, might get 17.15, which is what I hope for. 17.16 will split the difference. And a 17.16.51, which means a big improvement. It's basically a 46-second improvement, I think, if my maths are right. Second in is Darish Kodakar, 17.36.74. So again, he's heading massively in the right direction with about 18-second PB. Lucas Walagora finishing at a 17.39. So down into the 17s for the first time. Everybody in the top 3 will be, I think, pretty delighted with their times. They certainly have made massive improvements today. Our leader has taken his best down from 18.02 to 17.16.51. Heat number 2 of 3 of the 1500 meters freestyle for men. And we do have an absentee, a fairly prominent one, 2 in lane 5. But all the others are in, so I'll tell you who they are. George Knowles, City of Leeds, in 0. 1 is Sam Akers of City of Bradford. Daniel Cutter of Richmond Dale in 2. 3, Finley Walligora of York City. Then Josh Denholm of City of Sunderland. Charlie Broom, City of Leeds. Samuel Tate in 7 for Morpeth. Dominic Matthias of City of Leeds. And Zachary Merritt of Doncaster Dance. That's who's in. Who's doing what at this stage? Very early stage, of course. Josh Denholm of City of Sunderland. There are 3 14-year-olds in the field. He leads. Let's see what kind of pacing he's going to do. 101.43 for the first 100. Imagine it'll come down appreciably from here on in. Around about, what do you reckon, 107 maybe, 106 from here on in. What he will probably like is to be pressurised a little bit more than what Jack Livingston had to do that all by himself. All intentions seeming to be from Josh Denholm. He's going to give us a good go and see whether somebody else can go along with him to give him a bit of competition. Finlay Walligora in second place. An idea of what kind of pacing he's doing here when we see the next split come up in just under 25. That'll be a 2:08.76. So that was we expected a 1:07 for that 100. 174, 1 second and 74 100ths is the lead between 1 and 2, so it's not enormous. Not like the last race where it got up towards 20 seconds. This one just kind of tracking his every move here. Here's Finlay Walligora of York City. Those two are appreciable way clear of everybody else. And then though, nice methodical stroke, getting the job done without overexerting. Nice to be a 1:07 100. So he carries on that kind of pace. We'll be looking for a 3:15 here when he turns. And 3:16 it is. A little bit slower. Lead though has increased over second place, 2.36 to 1:02. And there's a couple of other swimmers coming into the frame further up the pool. In 6, Benjamin Rogers. And 7, William Hannant. Here's one that we are lacking, by the way, is lane 5, James Hodgson of Newcastle, not with us for this one. That lead, it's not changing a great deal. The duration between 1 and 2 is sticking fairly solidly. But maybe Finlay Walligora is just going to up the ante a little bit here. And there are 2 other swimmers not a million miles away, up in 6 and 7. There are Charlie Broom and Sam Tate. So it should be 3:24. Yeah, it's 1:08 for our leader. The gap is pretty much the same as it was, 2.36 now, 2.65. Hasn't really changed a lot in the top 2. The thing that intrigues me now is what's happening behind the top 2. There's a yellow cap advancing pretty quickly now too, of Charlie Broom of City of Leeds. Now he is certainly coming through with a bit of momentum. You need to watch him because it's only a third of the way into the race. He's started to just kick a bit more and extend those arms a little bit. And Walligora is under pressure for second place most certainly. Next time they come back down the far end of the pool, the scoreboard end, it'll be a third of the way gone, 500 metres. Looking for something like, I would think, 5:32. Yeah, 5:32 it is. And the gap 3.01, but I reckon won't be long before we see that second place belonging to Charlie Broom. Charlie Broom is not too far away from Wally Gora now. And then he'll say sights on the leader, who's not broken the back of the field yet. As we get to the third of the way stage gone, 38 more lengths to come. Gap is staying relatively the same, actually down a bit. 3.13. Broom now is in second place. And he's the man with the momentum up there in lane number 6. 600 to be registered next. We're looking at 6 minutes and 40 for the turning time for our leader. Just slipped a fraction outside it, 6:41. That's more like a 109 than a 108. At 3.15, so again it's extended a little bit, but there's Broom who's in second place. Broom turning now, so the lead is around about 8 meters, or was. Broom has got plenty of time to reel our leader in here. That's obviously what his intentions are. In terms of their times, Charlie Broom's best, 17:20 short course, 17:20.90. Josh Denholm's done a sub 17 before now, 16:54. Finley Wally Gora 17:14.20 best time. 700 coming up shortly. So we're looking at 7:50, I imagine. Probably thereabouts for our leader. 7:52, Charlie Broom. Josh Denholm, what was it? A few seconds ahead of that, of course. So we get a rather erratic read from touchpad 4. And this will be the halfway stage of heat number 2 of the 1500 freestyle. And just intrigued to see what the gap is now. We get it on our screen between our leader, Denholm, and Charlie Broom. 3.40, so that stayed fairly static. That's not really changed a great deal at 7:50. Been around about 3.15, 3.40, so he's not extending that lead. But there again, they're not really eating into it either. Pace has stayed about the same all the way through, 108, 109. That will be 800 meters. 8:57, 46. Lead 3.57. Hardly changing. Changing by about 1/10 of a second per 100 at the moment. Very little differential between 1 and 2. Wally Gora hasn't given up on getting back on level terms with Charlie Broom, but it's got a bit of work to do now. There's a big gap to the rest. We're having their little races, and there will be, imagine, some lapping before long. 26 to go in terms of lengths now for our leader. 8:50. Broom is 3.50. That has stayed absolutely solid. 350, 357, hardly fluctuated at all. Wally Gora's just going for a bit of a leg kick and starting to try and work his way back towards Broom, but not so effective yet. .900, 10:05.22. 4.7, so it has just extended a little bit. Up towards 5 seconds, the gap between first and second now. Going towards 5 seconds. 1:05.22, so that was another 1:08 for our leader, Josh Denholm of Sunderland. We'll keep waiting for somebody to put some pressure on him, but he's doing what he is doing pretty comfortably right now. Look at the time picture, seeing what's happening with lane 8. I don't think lane 8's actually in the same ballpark as everybody else right now. Mike Mathias, but he did seem to put a little spurt in there. 1,000 coming up. 11:14.02. Now at a 109 pace per 100. And that gap has just come down by half a second from the previous 100. Well, it's pushing where there's enough time for them to really get back at him. 500 to go. There's obviously plenty of time, but they need to make slightly bigger increments in half a second. Not leave it for that last 100. Josh Denholm, absolutely convincing up to this stage with nobody in his slipstream, nobody really getting particularly close. We've got another time check for you at 1100 here. 400 to go. Should be around about 12:22, 23 on the turn. Left. Will be 14 more lengths when he goes back down the other end. Lead is still just under 5 seconds. They did bring it down to just over 4, but it's extended again. Wally Gora is just having a second or third wind here, and I'm sure Charlie Broom's going to have it all his own way for second place. .12 to go. 13:30 and 5 at 12. And lead up to 5.31. Don't see any way that either of the two chasers are going to catch him. But one could overhaul the other. Get a chance to be able to work out what kind of time we think Josh Denholm will do on the current rate. We're looking at probably a 2:16 last 100. When we get to that, just thinking last 200, I should say. So let's see what we can work out from this. As he turns. 2:16 from that would be 16:53. Is that right? Yeah. So he's right on his PB. Literally right on it. Might only win it or beat it by a couple of seconds, but 16:54 is his best time. I reckon if he just puts a little bit of a spurt on here, 16:50 is in range. 150 meters to go for our winner. I think I can call him that now quite comfortably because nobody's going to get anywhere near him. But target time has to be, I reckon, 16:50. If you get 16:50 and done well, won't be a huge improvement, but he will be going in the right direction. Right, Right, last 100 for Josh Denholm. 1650 surely must be within his range now. 105 last 100. Just makes it a little bit longer. 1650. Not going to see either Finlay Walligora or Charlie Broome catch him, but they are having their own little scrap in second place for who's going to come out victorious for those two in terms of runners-up position. And Walligora has another 50 to maybe just overhaul Charlie Broome here. Our winner will be turning for the last time. 1650 is what he'd love to get, I'm sure. And Walligora, I think, has just moved ahead of Charlie Broome. Those two are going to be absolutely together when they end this 1500. Leader, however, our winner, a long way clear. Josh Denholm gone 1650, yes, right on it. 1650.48 for our winner. And Charlie Broome just held on by 7/100ths of a second. That's how close it was for second and third. 7/100ths of a second between Charlie Broome and Finlay Walligora for second place after these 17 minutes of swimming. Last of the 1500 freestyle heats. I'll give you the lineup. So we've checked everybody is in. Not everybody is because there's no 7. So Patrick Shimin of Newcastle in 0. 1 is James Woods of Middlesbrough. 2, William Baines of Borough of Stockton. Alexander Woods of Grimsby. And 3, 4, Matthew Woodall of City of Sheffield. Then 2 from Kingston upon Hull. Benjamin Shipley and Mason Bland. Oxford Arts would have been represented by Ben Wright, not with us. Jamie Broome, however, is for the City of Leeds, and Borough of Kirklees have Brandon Cartwright in lane number 9. Fastest times, well, we've got 2 right on 16:21. Matthew Woodall 16:21.80, Benjamin Shipley 16:21.94. So there could be 3 very closely grouped at the end here, unless somebody's going to make the early breakout. So quick first 100 for our leader, Alexander Woods. So it'll settle down from here. He won't be doing a repping 60 from here on in. If he did, he'd be doing around 15 minutes, which is not going to be in the range of these swimmers, I wouldn't have thought. But if they get under 16, that's kind of what they're looking for. It'll settle down the pace now. And Woods it is from Shipley by a second. Then James Woods. Then William Baines. Followed by Mason Bland. Let's see what kind of tempo our leader's going to take this on from now after that sub-minute first 100. We'll get an idea of what he's thinking about. 105 maybe. That's a 103, or nearly, I'll say 104, I think. 104 probably. That's a 104, so certainly looking to get under that 16-minute barrier if they can. Alexander Woods, Benjamin Shipley, to putting most of the effort in at the moment, and that's Shipley just eating into that lead ever so slightly. So if the pace is fairly even, this should be, when they get to the far end now, around about a 3:15. If they can keep that kind of pace going, then they will get under 16. So 3:15 is what we're looking at here. 3:08. Sorry, I'm just reading my own. No, that's right, 3:08. Yeah, 3:08.27. Okay. That was a 1:06. Meters gone. This one might well change complexion a little bit as we go. There's 2 or 3 swimmers who've all got very similar kind of entry times, including our current leader. The leader being Alexander Woods. From Benjamin Shipley, Matthew Woodall. That's your 1, 2, 3 right now. So let's see if I get my calculation a bit better this time. 4:13 maybe. 4:12. Yeah, kind of makes more sense. That's 1:04.5. And Shipley's falling a little bit further back, 2.11 behind our leader. With over a quarter of the race gone now, 400 metres completed. Decent pace this, and certainly going to be sub 16 if it keeps going on at this kind of lick. Shipley just aware that maybe he lost a little bit of momentum. We'll go up the ante, but that gap remains fairly solid, around about 2 to 2.5 minutes. So watch for the move coming up now from Matthew Woodall in lane number 4 for City of Sheffield. Just starting to, I think, edge towards our second place swimmer a little bit. Keeping a respectful and maybe respectable distance. 500, 5:17.58. And 2.46, so the gap is not really changing a lot. That was a 1:05. 1:05 100 for our leader. It's a third of the way home now. There's still a few twists and turns to come before this one is completed. There's a couple of very strong swimmers just behind our leader who aren't a million miles away. So around about 1:05 now for the per 100, which will certainly take them well inside the 16-minute mark if he could get there. High 15s will be very good. So next check, 600 meters. 6:22.66. Ooh, the gap down to 1.9 now. So that was another 1:05. 65 100. Shipley though has got it back to under 2 seconds now. And I think this is where the race really does start to begin, because I think we are going to get a race, not a procession this time. I think we might get a race. Still not halfway yet. Gap is, well, it's coming down. It's coming down by about half a second every 50. which means on this kind of rate, 150 meters time, he should be right alongside him if he keeps it up like this. Pressure most certainly now on the shoulders of our long-time leader in lane 3, Alexander Woods of Grimsby. 6:7:27. 98. Now it's just over a second, 1.18 now between Woods and Shipley. Baines about 5 seconds back. So visibly it doesn't look quite as much as that. I think he's going to be edging his way back towards, but now it's a question of when do we think Benjamin Shipley is going to come past our leader. So Matthew Woodall's not going to lead for much more, I don't think. I think Shipley is ready to take command at the halfway stage. 0.66, nearly caught him. All that hard work he's done over the first 800 meters nearly will not be for nothing, but he might find himself being overtaken fairly shortly. Might have a new leader at 800 or pretty close to it. Shipley is starting to accelerate, working his way to the centre of the pool again. Shipley might just be in front here. He is. It's only a marginal lead, it's only 11 100s, but that was another 106. And Shipley in front. But watch out for the man with the red hat. Red cap of Matthew Woodall. He might just get involved in this one before too long. Shipley now just trying to extend that lead away. There's a little bit left in the tank from the 15-year-old from Sheffield, potentially. And if he can't catch our winner, I think he will now be. He might still overtake and overhaul Alexander Woods. This will be 900 for Benjamin Shipley. Well, maybe have changed the pace of the race a little bit here. 9:38.78. And 105, almost on the nose, 105. So we're certainly looking at a sub-16 here for our winner. Might well get a couple under 16, which would be a very good achievement. I think our leader might well be starting to pull away, making it very hard for the two pursuers to catch him. Gap is over a minute now, or a second rather, not over a minute, over a second. 1.29. Woodall was 1.6 behind Woods, and I think just catching him with every stroke now. This will be 2/3 gone, and they get down the scoreboard end of the pool. 20 lengths remaining. Now, has he injected a little bit more pace in this one? 10:43. Yeah, that's another 105. Gap over 2 seconds now, with 500 to go. And as predicted, Matthew Woodall is right now on the shoulder of Alexander Woods and just about to overtake him. Lead, however, not too concerned about what's happening behind him with 18 lengths to go. Just worries about that gap, and the gap is extending. You can see Woodall now ahead of Woods by half a second. Now, has he got enough in the tank to close our leader down with the 400 meters that remain? Still time, but you need to see that gap come down a bit, and it's not closing. 16 more lengths of this Ponds Forge pool to come. Now that was a 60-second. That was a 60-second 100 there. Goodness gracious! What an amazing burst. We're at 10:47. He 10 at 1,000, 11:47 at 1,100. So from somewhere, a 60-second 100 came in. So that's, we need to recalibrate what we think is going to be the time here. I think we could see potentially 2 at least go under 16. Our leader, certainly now a winner, you think. Benjamin Shipley has got a huge advantage. Nice cushion to sit back on. Let's see if he Woodall making quite the inroads he needs to do. That gap is visibly extending. It's 12:52. So just injected a bit of pace for a bit. 6. 2. Yeah, that's another 105 for our leader. But as we get towards the last 300, we are certainly looking at sort of a sub 16 for at least one swimmer, maybe 2. I think our leader is almost certainly going to be knocking on the door of 16 minutes. Benjamin Shipley of Kingston upon Hull, 17 years of age, 16:21.94 his best time prior to today's short course. It's a very good turn from Shipley. So to get inside, it's going to be touch and go, you know, it's going to be touch and go as to whether he can do this. It's not going to be far outside 16, but you need to keep up this pace, and you'll need to keep it up for 200 meters more. 16 is going to be right in the ballpark, but it could go one way or the other. It could go 15:59, could go 16:01. He's right on that line. It's right on that cusp of either just doing it or not doing it, depending on what kind of pace he's got to inject in the last 100, which is coming shortly. Where he needs to be, I reckon, is around about 14:58, 59. He should have a chance. 15 minutes. Ooh, he's going to come back in 60. Going to come back in 60. Well, he's done one already. And he'll be aware, I'm sure his coaches are telling me, he needs to just speed up. Needs to just find something. The limbs will be aching, the arms will be very heavy by this stage. But if he can put in a 60-second burst, he'll go sub 16. We wish him well, he's right on it. Right on it. I don't think it's going to happen for him. I think it's exactly what I just said. I think he's going to find himself just outside 16 minutes. Probably 16:01 or 16:02. Just not going to quite happen for him. 16:02, I reckon. It's still going to be a sizable improvement, personal best-wise. And he's putting every effort in, but 16's going to come any second now. Look how close it to him it is. 16:02, I think. 16:03.13 in the end for our winner. It's right on that 16-minute pace. Matthew Woodall, 16:10. Well, that's brought it down from 16:21. So they've both done huge improvements. Alexander Woods as well, 16:14 compared to a 16:26. The top three, all with massive drops in time, but it just looked for so long like he was on for a 16-minute. And just 3 seconds outside it in the end for our winner, who has won that by clear 7 seconds. Right, after all the long distance events, we're into a nice short event here. 50 butterfly women. And we will bring you 7 heats of this. Only 2 in the opening one. Should have been 3. There's only 2. Lanes 3 and 4. Lola Yoxall of Borough Barnsley. Millie Foster of Chester Street. Both aiming for a sub 31 for the first time. They're going to come today. Doesn't look like it's going to. They're going to be outside that time. In the 31s they go. Lola Yoxall with a 31.58 to win. Heat 2, and obviously by this time of weekend we have to check to make sure there's not too many absentees. Well, it looks like everybody's in for this one. And fast in the field entry time wise, 30.87 for Amelia Colbert of Armthorpe. But she's not going to be the winner the way things are looking here. Jessica Boulin of North Tyneside with a 31 dead. Looks to be bringing them home. Unless anybody can find something over the last few meters. But no, she gets it. 30.55 for Boulin. That's about half a second PB for her. Heat 3. A quick cursory glance. Looks like everybody's there. Everybody we expect to be seeing has shown for this one. There's a possibility of somebody maybe knocking on the door of a 30-seconder here. Could that be Lauren Gaunt-Edwards of York City? Had a very good start, as has Isabel Montague up in 5. Montague has come off that wall incredibly strongly. Now, could she get on the cusp of a 30-seconder here? She's not going to be a million miles outside that 30 seconds. 30.64 for Isabel Montague, which is just a little bit slower than she has been previously. 30.60 is her best time. Heat number 4, getting down to the almost sub-30s now. 30.20 Molly Chambers, Katrina Ho. 30.3 for Charlotte Clark. 30.4 Bethany Crumb. I reckon we might just see one of them get into the high 29s here. Be good to see, and it may well come from lane number 3, Lucy Headley, 15-year-old from Tynemouth. Really giving us a crack. Now, what a great performance this will be if she can get under 30. She's done it! Well done, 29.88. Excellent stuff. Nice when those kind of predictions come up. And Lucy Headley does it. 29.88. All the barriers to be broken along the way. That's exactly what she has just done. Taking it from a 30.29 to a 29.88. And the swimmer has gone under the 30-second barrier in that race. No lane 5 for this one. Everybody else in there and racing. Bethany Jordan in 1. Might be the first to the wall at 25. He's got a 30 dead time. There's quite a few been under 30 here, so we expect at least a handful of them to get in around that kind of time. Now is Bethany Jordan going to hold on to the end? Not quite. Macy Yoxall gets 30.19, so somewhat disappointingly, considering we had quite a range of 29.7 to 29.9s. They'll be able to go sub 30 on that one. Heat 6. And all away All of these swimmers have been sub 30 before now. Some have been in the 28s, including Alexandra Hurd, Charlotte Berry, Beth Hall, Niamh Balding. So who is going to get sub 29 time or indeed sub 30 time here? Niamh Balding looking good. Lane 5 looking even better for Charlotte Berry. And it goes to Beth Hall. 28.61. Let's wait for the scoreboard to make sure that is correct. I think it is. Beth Hall 28.61, our winner. Final heat. Heat 7 of the 50 butterfly for women. Now, Kate Clifton has had a tremendous weekend. The 19-year-old from City of Sheffield. 2 victories yesterday, maybe another 1 or 2 later on today. 26.6 is her best time. Only one in the field has been sub 27 before short course. How can she do it here? Great underwater work by Kate Clifton, the 19-year-old, looking to get somewhere around 26.6, maybe low 27, so a little bit higher than she would have liked maybe. Let's have a look. Well, that clock is not giving us the time we're looking for, indeed the positions we're looking for. It's rejigged itself. 28.58 is what's shown for Clifton, who won it. I thought she did, but Harriet Rogers has been given it 28.28 as the win, with Kate Clifton in second, 28.58. All of them back for the final later. 2 more events in this segment before we have a little break again, and then we'll give you the finals at 4:30. Finals at 4:30 in the main pool, and when we finish doing our racing here, there will still be a continuation of racing in the age group pool. Currently having the girls 200 metres individual medley, heat 3, going on beside me. That's available on the other stream. .200 backstroke for men is up next. And we'll have 6 heats. Well, eventually we'll have 6 heats. Not quite ready to start yet. The problem with the wedge on 5. But the adjustment is made. Robbie Thompson for Borough of Stockton, Daniel Jones of Tynedale, Luke Clegg of Borough of Kirklees, James Hayes of Tynemouth, Dominic Mathias of City of Leeds. They are your 5 who will go in the opening heat of the 200 backstroke. Or, as so often is the case, early heats, very, very similar times. Some of them converted from long course. Luke Clegg, though, is just behind our leader, who is James Hayes, the 100s, so the 50 stage. 6.9 behind, then Jones, and then a bit of a gap to the other 2. But James Hayes, Tynemouth, 2:27.82 is short course entry time. He might get some company fairly soon from Luke Clegg. That's been a little bit quicker than he, but well, maybe not. Maybe not. Halfway stage, looking pretty comfortable for the 15-year-old from Tynemouth, James Hayes. Gap is 2.17. And no real impression that he was going to get too close to him. There will be 50 to go when he turns next time. And if anything, that lead is starting to extend. So James Hayes up against 3 14-year-olds and 1 16-year-old. Looks like he's got the measure of all of them at this stage. Big gap, 1.80, a lot to make up over 50. If Leclerc could get anywhere near him, he'll be doing well at this stage, but I think the lead is not extending massively, but it's certainly not dwindling. Not a great turn for the last 25, but he won't worry too much about that because all the hard work has been now up to that stage. And he can capitalise and earn those rewards very soon with hopefully a new PB, and a very sizable one it is too. 2:19.59 for our winner. That means he is knocked over 8 seconds off his short course entry time. Leclerc 2:23 compared to a 2:27 before. And Daniel Jones with a 2:27, I think it's right on his best time, just inside it. 2:28.03 before. 2:27.26. Absence of one swimmer, that's all. 9 have shown up for heat number 2 of the 200 backstroke. Benjamin Cross of City of Sheffield, Ben Ward, Chester Street, Anik Dolphins, Benjamin Fish, Henry Firth of City of Leeds, Borough Barnes' Noah Ragg, Ben Towser of Pocklington, Finley Allman, City of Sheffield, Matthew Jackson, City of Leeds, and Joe Skipsey of Durham City. They are the participants in this one. Lead for Noah Ragg, Borough Barnsley. 2:24.78 is our leader at 50. And Matthew Jackson in second place. Noah Ragg in third. This will be a very, very tight and very competitive second heat. We have numerous leaders in this one. And Ward getting right into a stroke in lane 1. We turn our attention up to the top of the pool to Matthew Jackson, City of Leeds. Ivan Jackson, who's now hit the front. Matthew Jackson has Finley Allman for company. Ward, Jackson, Allman separated by 0.36. That is all. Finley Allman of City of Sheffield, 14 years of age. Starting to work his way into not a commanding position as yet, but certainly the number 1 position in the race. And without seemingly having to exert too much effort, he's going to come through with 50 to go to lay down the marker for the rest to try and catch. Allman's got a 1.52 lead now over Ben Ward. And looking like Finley Allman might be well inside that 2:25 that is his current best time. Well, we've got a new personal best coming for Finley Allman and maybe a couple of others as well. But Allman, second half of this race, has been exemplary from the City of Sheffield 14-year-old. Now, around about 2:21 would be good. 2:20.47 even better for Finley Allman. Second place will be, just checking, double checking on this, Ben Ward, 2:23.32, and Ben Towser, 2:24.11. All of them, I think, with new personal bests. Yes, they are. Substantial, actually. Could be Firth, 2:24.86, also with the PB in 4th place. Heat number 3 of 6 of the 200 backstroke for men. And look, we have got an absentee again. Lane 9 not being occupied. George Smith, City of Bradford in 0. 1 is James White and Sedgwick of North Tyneside. 2 Ben Gilchrist of Durham City. Al Smith, Harrogate in 3. 4 Finley Williams, City of Leeds. Darlington's Daniel Bower in 5. 6 Byron Peel of Borough Stockton. Josh Denholm, really? After doing a 1500? He's just done a 1500 for heaven's sake in lane 7. Wow. This boy knows no pain, obviously, and Matthew Atkinson, Borough Stockton. I can't believe he's in doing this race. Although he might have said no, it's too much off to do a 1500, but he's here doing a 200 back off the back of it. Amazing stuff. Anyway, it's Niall Smith, Harrogate, who will take up the number 1 position and will be the leader at 100. 0.86 behind is Finley Williams. I'll be amazed to see what Josh Denholm does in this one now. He's in lane 7. He's certainly still being competitive. He's 4th at the moment. So he's just done a 1500. And he's just done a very good time in the 1500 as well. And he's not holding back on this. Al Smith of Harrogate now perhaps potentially being overtaken by Finley Williams in 4. Williams is starting to ease past him to take over the lead. Smith in 2nd, Bowyer in 3rd, Gilchrist 4, Denholm in 5. Best time for City of Leeds, however, 2:21.74. Well, that's going to go, sure, isn't it? Going to come back in 21 here, potentially. In and around that best time. Yeah, 2:21's surely going to be obliterated by Finley Williams here. More like 2:18. 2:17.84 is where he stops the clock. Nice stuff, really nice stuff. Finley Williams, Daniel Bowyer gets inside 2:21 for the first time. Ben Gilchrist 2:19.58 gets inside 2:20 for the first time. A lot of plus points for the swimmers in that one. And where did Josh finish in the end? 2:20.82. He's done a PB now. He has. He's done a 2-second PB. He's just had a 2-second PB after literally minutes ago doing the 1500 freestyle. So fantastic stuff, Josh Denholm. Can have a nice rest now, boy, because you're going to need it. 1500 freestyle, followed pretty soon afterwards by a 200 backstroke. Is the boy a masochist or what? Heat number 4 of 6, so we're getting to the speedier merchants in the 200 backstroke here. And looks like all of them wanted to give it a go as well, so I'll name them for you. Daniel Bailey, Dogs at Darts. Thomas Scholerfield of York City. Ryan Porter of Kingston upon Hull. Matthew Salou of Barnsley. Robert Cross of Morpeth. James Newell of Borough of Stockton. Curtis Harper of City of Sheffield. Harris Lister of York City. Benjamin Wilkinson of Whitby. And Toby Mayfield of York City. Those are the swimmers involved in heat number 4 of the 200 backstroke. And at the 50 stage, Mayfield has a very slender lead over Scholerfield. Salou in 3rd place. Oh, this one has all the makings of a race that will change complexion quite a bit over the next 125 metres now. Which is Scholerfield looking pretty good in lane 1, but not as good right now as Matthew Salou from the Borough of Barnsley, who's going to come and take the lead, is he? Not quite. Third of a second between Scholerfield, Mayfield and Salou. And outside smoker is Toby Mayfield of York City, is really starting to up the ante a bit. They're in lane number 9. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 virtually in a line here. You wouldn't want to call a winner from this stage. Still no 50 to go. And There's all kinds of potential winners, well, 4 of them at least. Lead at the moment is Matthew Salou from Thomas Scholerfield, then Curtis Harper, then Toby Mayfield. But they are all pretty much in the line, with the exception of Matthew Salou, who's just starting to edge away. And Salou with 25 to go would seem to have this one sorted. 2:18.05 is best prior to today. Now, is there any chance he's going to get caught? Well, he might potentially catch him as Curtis Harper, but I think he's got enough. And the Borough Barnsley have a winner there, Matthew Salou, to 12:65 for Salou. That's a big improvement. Really big improvement. Wow. That's a huge drop down in time from where he was, 2:18.05 down to the 2:12s. Second place to Ryan Porter. Curtis Harper getting second place. Thomas Scholerfield in third. Penultimate heat of the 200 meters backstroke for men, and we do have a couple who haven't shown on this one, so I'll tell you the ones that have. Richard Butterworth of Morpeth, Middlesbrough's Oliver Hall, Thomas Storer of Newcastle, James Woods of Middlesbrough, Oliver Bradley Cleethorpes, Finlay Hartworth of Morpeth, Elliot Best of Newcastle, Chase Darby of Middlesbrough. That's 50 done. Very nicely done too by Oliver Hall, who leads the way by 1.74 seconds at this stage over Oliver Bradley. Now he's obviously going for something particularly special here, the Middlesbrough swimmer. 2:13.89 is best. Keep going at this kind of pace, that 2:13 will be obliterated by the time he's finished, but he will have company, I'm sure, very soon, as they work their way back towards the 16-year-old from Middlesbrough. But he still has a very sizable lead at the halfway stage. Now, who can catch him? 1.66 is not a lead he can sit back on. It's one that's going to take a bit of eating into by the rest. A couple of lanes up is James Woods of Middlesbrough, his teammate. They have very similar entry times as well, so maybe that's where the threat's going to come from. In James Woods. Yeah, in fact it is. Here comes James Woods right now. Second half of the race, he really has accelerated. Somebody's just wound him up like a clockwork toy, and Woods just takes over from Hall by 0.19. Woods looking very smooth and very in tune with what he's trying to do here. Two Middlesbrough swimmers, 1 and 2. Third place is the Newcastle backstroker Thomas Storer. But I'm impressed with the way that this race has been handled by James Woods. Very, very good indeed. Now, has he got a time to match? Be good to see him do a little glide in at the end. Just took it a few tenths off the time, maybe. 2:11.58. That's okay. It's more than okay. It's a new improved time by a couple of seconds. How did Oliver Hall fare? Being 2:12, he was 2:13, so that's a new short course best for him. So the Middlesbrough boys doing the job. Well, Elliot Clogg is looking for at least 2 more titles to add to his 2 yesterday, and this might be the other one he gets later on. 1:52.35 best time, and nobody is anywhere near him in terms of entry time. 10 seconds adrift Simon Clement. 15 seconds, William Ellis. So now this should all be about Elliot Clogg against the clock. If he's not a long way clear, then somebody's either swimming out of their skin or he's not swimming quite as well as he can, because he is the class act. He's the only sub 2-minuter in this field. He's in lane 4 with the red cap. Red cap alongside him belongs to teammate Simon Clement. But going particularly well, William Ellis of Borough Stockton, who might well be up there as our leader at the halfway stage. He is, on the 50-meter stage, I should say, 29.36. Well, it might just be the little scare that Elliot Clogg needed to say, okay, I need to get a move on here. No worries, I'm sure, about him being top 10 for the final later, but doesn't go quite as deep as he sometimes does there. Just conserving a little bit of energy for later, because quite a quick turnaround time between the heat and the final. But there's Elliot Clogg, 101.13. Open up an advantage now over our early leader, William Ellis. And it is Matthew Cairns. Uh, 75 to go for our leader, Elliot Clogg, 20-year-old now from City of Sheffield, back in the fold and starting to enjoy life again. Starting to hopefully got some very quick times as well. Fourth Games selection for England. Just a couple of years ago, or 18 months ago now, just over. Last 25, Elliot Clogg. What you won't want to do is go too much over 2 minutes, because he wants to be posting the best time. It will be the best time, almost certainly, but it's going to be a couple of seconds over that 2 minutes. More than that in the end. 2:04.84 for Elliot Clogg, but still way too strong for anybody else. Harry Nicholson, 2:05.90. Simon Clement, third, 2:05.97. And Matthew Cairns in fourth. First of the heats of the 100 metres individual medley for women. We have 7 of them. Scarlett Lees of Kingston upon Hull. Becca Saunders, Derwentine, Esther Dodd, North Tyneside, Daisy Guttridge of Doncaster Darts, Amelia Peters of New Earswick, Libby Walker of Tadcaster, and Elizabeth McCallum of South Axholme. Well, the first 50 looks like it's very much belonging to lane number 2. Rebecca Saunders, the 16-year-old from Derwentide. She's 0.77 clear of Libby Walker. Then Elizabeth McCallum. So in the 400 AM, the breaststroke doesn't play quite such a big a part. She's got 25 to go. She's led on the first 3 legs now. She'll bring it back on the freestyle, front crawl. But she's got a couple of very strong swimmers up in 5 and 6 in Amelia Peters and Libby Walker, who fancy taking over this race, and that's exactly what they will both do. Amelia Peters will take over the very front of it to win it in 1:11.19. So down from the 1:12 she comes to a 1:11. That's a second and a half better than she's been before. Libby Walker also into uncharted territory, 1:11.81. Number 2. Won't name them all for you because they're all bar 1 there. York City have a swimmer in Lauren Gaunt Edwards, a couple from Borough of Kirklees, Tyne Mathilcley, Richmond Dale and Harrogate all have representatives in this one. The most prominent of them right now is Holly Pearson of Borough of Kirklees. They're quite close to that lane rope on the backstroke though. I think she actually hit it at one stage, but hasn't had too much effect on her so far. to the choppy breaststroke, but it is working for her. Not a smooth one, but slightly smoother variety going on in lane number 4 from Maurice Garbett. But she isn't able to overhaul Ollie Pearson, who has done enough for the Borough of Kirklees to go on and win this, I think. Don't think she's going to get overhauled on the touch. No, she is not. 1:08.57 for our winner. And that takes her time down by 4 seconds. She was a 1:12 swimmer before this short course. Now she's a 1:08.5. Heat 3 of 7 of the 100 IM for women. Everybody in. Everybody doing the butterfly. Who's doing it the most proficiently? Lane 6 is the answer to that. Amelia Osborne of Rotherham Metro had the best of the first 50, but of course there are 4 strokes, so a lot will change. Coming into the picture now, Bethan Morris of York City in lane number 8. Just working her way through, maybe potentially being the leader at the halfway stage. She is. Amelia Osborne second, Evie Palmer-Jones in third. 4 is Megan Kirkman. Breaststroke, who's going to be sorted out by the dreaded breaststroke. And who loves it? Amelia Osborne seems to love it from Rotherham Metro after loving the butterfly. She's right back in there on the breaststroke again. Now the fight to the finish on the front crawl. With Osborne, Kirkman, Morris and Yoxall in those outside lanes, but I think it will be the Rotherham Metro swimmer Amelia Osborne who will get there first. She does, 1:10.06, and a couple of seconds in the right direction goes her short course 100 IM. So the pace to Bethan Morris, Georgia Robertson, all under 1:11. And all under 1:11 for the first time. Heat 4. 14-year-old Jasmine Campbell has the fastest time in the field at 1:11.15. And she is just looking at seeing what's going on with Georgia Harvey here, because Georgia Harvey's gone off from Peter Lee very, very smartly indeed on the butterfly, and is backing it up on the backstroke as well. Not too shabby at the moment is Rosie Smith of Morpeth, but Georgia Harvey and Peter Lee halfway stage leading by 1.71. Now her breaststroke's half decent. She might be able to hold off the opposition here and go on to win it. Well, at the moment nobody's getting particularly close to the green cap in lane number 5. So just get to bring it back. The danger might be coming from the outside lane. She might not be aware of it. Agatha Scott, Harrogate, who is getting into a freestyle pretty quickly. Agatha Scott is going like a train in the outside lane. So it's either going to be 5 or it's going to be 9. And it might just be 5. It is going to be Georgia Harvey. Agatha Scott finishing in second. 1:08.84 for Georgia Harvey. So that's a really big improvement short course from 1:11.29 down to 1:08. Scott 1:09.42. Well, she was up in the 1:12s before. Three more to go before we have a break. Final session starting at 4:30, remember. But action continuing in the age group pool, with the boys 100 butterfly heat 4 underway right now. On to heat number 5 of the 100 IM for women. All the swimmers that are listed are with us, and they all got, barring 2, 1:10 entry time, so this could be very, very close. Could be throw a blanket over maybe 2 or 3 of them at the conclusion of this one, if you so choose. Grace Conroy of City of Sheffield making early tracks here on the first 2 strokes on the butterfly and the backstroke onto the breast. She goes leading with Isabella Montague in 2nd place, Izzy Winter in 3rd. Wow, this looks like it's going to be, I thought it might be a very tight one, this, but it looks like already could potentially call Grace Conroy as the winner here, unless things go sadly awry on the front call. And she's got such a margin now that it's almost impossible to imagine anybody's going to get very close to her at all. Now, prior to today, her best short course time was 1:10.14. Well, it's going to be well inside that. 1:07.15 for Grace Conroy. It's almost a full 3 seconds in her favour. Madison Johnson in 2nd place, 1:08.75. A lot of swimmers hadn't been under 1:10. We've got 2 under 1:10. Amy Heron 1:10.23. Has she done a PB? No, yes, she has, by 4 100ths. 4 100ths better than she's been before. So top 3 all with short course improvements. 2 more to come. Number 6. Cyclically seeded, of course, now. 100 IM doesn't make a lot of difference. Mia Boyle had plenty of swims this week. She's down in the 1:08.85s. This is maybe 1 swim too many. She's done an awful lot over the course of 2 days, as has Paige Fenton, as has Isabel Schimmel. So Tinus obviously has to be creeping in with the amount of swimming they've done the first couple of days, but it's 4 of them going to the wall together. Schimmels, Fenton, Boyle and Stead, separated by just 1/3 of a second. This one will be tight. This one will be close. Doesn't look like anybody's got a real advantage yet. Maybe it's coming in the shape of Paige Fenton from Skipton. She's just managed to get herself clear of the other 3, but not by a great deal. It's not a lead you can sit back on. It's not a winnable lead yet. Fenton now will be pursued by Isabel Schimmels in 5. Schimmels looks very, very strong to me. So too does Mia Boyle. So yeah, Mia Boyle coming through in lane 4. Who's going to get it? Paige Fenton, as far as that graphic is concerned, we'll wait and see what the scoreboard tells us when it has a chance to rejig things, but 1:08.12 would seem to be the winning time for Paige Fenton, which, if that is confirmed, will be a new personal best by away. 0.2 of a second she won that by over Mia Boyle. Isabel Schimmels 1:08.38, so top 4 all sub 1:09, which they hadn't been before. Last heat before we have our break. An hour's break before we're back at 4:30 for the finals. Heat number 7. Again, times are very, very close. 1:06.3, 1:06.5, 1:06.4, 1:06.8. Very little. She's not really a runaway obvious winner for this one. Again, an event they don't do terribly often. It's only a short course event, of course, the 100 IM. Ellie Walker of Tadcaster has got the best of the first 50. Well, according to the clock, she hasn't quite, because Alexandra Hurd got to the wall marginally before she did by 0.03, and she's backing that up now with a good swim over the third 50 in lane 7, but she has pressure on her from Faye McDonough of Borough Stockton. But now really into her stroke is Ellie Walker of Tadcaster. Now Ellie Walker up against Faye McDonough for the win, but Walker surely will get it, and she does in a 1:05.89. So that's an improvement the right side of 1:06 for her. Into the 1:05. Second is Faye McDonough, and third is Abigail Parkinson with a 1:07.19. So that's the conclusion of the second part of the first session, if you get me. That's all the heats now concluded from the open pool. We will have an hour's break. Swimmers can have a little relax and recuperate. We can do likewise. Hope you'll rejoin us at 4:30 for the second day of finals from the open pool. Meanwhile, as I say, if you want to see some more live action from the swimming in the age group pool, it's the boys 100 butterfly heat number 7, and that's live now.
This event is